A man who has worked in the restaurant industry for over 20 years and has worked as a bartender for 10 said that most white waitresses and waiters are racist toward black people because they believe that we do not tip, which is not true, right? Nevertheless, he said that he's come up with a theory called the circle theory, and that those particular, as he said, racist wait staff, they'll get in a circle and discuss, different tables, and usually it's about black people. So he says, I serve them, I don't care. He says, they tip me, I don't have a problem with it. He says, but they'll discuss it, that they're not going to do it. And so he said this.
So if you're a black person, and you get a server who comes up, they're unenthusiastic, they're kind of rude, and do you think that anyone's going to tip that server? If you know that they're being openly racist to you, are you going to tip them? Hell no, you're not. And I think so these servers bring themselves in a circle. They go to the table, they act like a jerk because they believe the stereotype. They don't get tipped because they're acting like a jerk. So it's not that black people don't tip, it's that black people don't tip racist.
So basically, he, is basically saying, hey, they could sense, they being as black people, right? When they have a racist waiter or waitress, we can sense that. So he says he believes maybe that's why they're not getting a tip, because people just kind of know. And some of that may be true, and let's concede some other things. Yeah, there's some people who just ain't gonna tip. And I think it's wrong. You should tip, but that's a whole different conversation. But there's people from all walks of life who do not tip. I told y'all once I had a professor in college, very wealthy man, says, I don't tip. I'll leave him a tip, all right. Don't drink and drive. He said that. And he was that serious, and he had a lot of money, but he was like, I don't believe in tipping. A very white man, if I didn't already say that. Anyway, so yeah, black Americans, or black people, I guess, in general, get, charged with, oh, they don't tip. But anyway, as I always say here, I'll be very leery of eating in a lot of those restaurants, because if you feel that way about me, what else are you doing to my food? They're not gonna tip, so I'm gonna do something to them. Nah, you ain't got to worry about me going in there anyway. And I'm one of those people nowadays, I just like to eat at home because I don't trust too many people with my food, regardless of what color you are, because I know there's a lot of disgruntled people out there, and I get it, but I don't want you being disgruntled and handling my food, and I sure don't want you to be racist handling my food. I don't want you to see me walking my black self in there thinking I'm finna order something what I don't know. Hopefully it's got some seasoning on it, and then you already resentful when you see me at the door and you plotting on what you gonna, nah. No, thank you. I'd rather not. As you know, as they say in the nation, keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. And I'm like, I heard that. You know what I mean? So I want to thank him for reaffirming what most of us already know, right? That a lot of white-owned restaurants and people that's in there do not like us, because they do have preconceived notions that we don't tip. And I'll say this, even for the black restaurants. I've been in a lot of black restaurants, especially here in Houston, and they automatically put an 18% gratuity on your bill, regardless of how good or bad the service was. And I'm going to leave that alone before I get in trouble. But yeah, so there's some belief in what they're doing as well, is that maybe we don't tip. Because why are you putting 18%? And how I wanted to leave you that? That ain't standard. 18% ain't standard. And what if you didn't do a good job? I'm just saying. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for putting us on. We already knew that, but thank you for the confirmation. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel.